Alright, what's up everybody? How y'all doing out there? This is G West Who, Guess Who the Rapper, aka Guess Who the Watchman out here. And before I do anything, before I say anything, I like to say thank you for the Most High, the God of Israel, the God of the Hebrews, for giving us another glorious day, blessed day. Thank you for my family, my friends, and my foes. I would like to shout out everybody. Hope everybody is feeling good today. And also, before I go on, I'm gonna be keeping my friend in the forefront, my brother. I'm gonna be keeping him in the forefront a lot. Now, for all of y'all that know me personally and are gonna be watching these videos, um, that y'all know him. That's my brother, Sean Darrington. He's been locked down for over about 19 years, and we're gonna be right here in the real near future. We're gonna be putting together like a movement to get him free, and if we're successful with the plan that we got, uh, or putting together, if we're successful putting together the plan that we got, or you know, excuse me, because we can begin to help others. Because the thing is, a lot of us here, even on YouTube or whatever, uh, we do know about problems and stuff like that, but actually, we can be empowered to use these platforms, and this particular platform and others, to do something about it. We all know what the problem is. We all know about the criminal and justice system, and how if you don't have enough paper, paper money, you know what I mean, with these dead presidents on it, these ex-slave masters on it, then you may have a very hard time being free from your case. I apologize for the weather. I'm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's a severe tornado watch right now. While I'm making this video during the tornado, but what I want to talk about tonight is I don't make that many videos because I believe in making quality videos is more so than quantity. But I want to talk about something I saw on YouTube, dealing with Lord Jamar, whom I respect. I love his opinions and things like that, and versus the 50 Cent thing over what he said about Eminem. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna title this one the E pill. The E pill. And you'll find out why I titled that here in a minute. But I was talking to my brother Monty. Y'all get to know him soon. Uh, um, like, we both rappers, and we both big fans of hip hop, and we was discussing this at one point. But I want to particularly zone in on what transpired between 50 Cent and Lord Jamar. But first, I want to get into my interpretation or my understanding of what Lord Jamar is saying. Basically, Lord Jamar is just saying that black people are the creators of, within its culture, the creators of rap music and hip hop. That came from us. And his problem is that it's being someone from outside of the culture. Eminem is being crowned king of hip hop, and he just has a problem with that. And he, like he said in the video, he self-appointed himself a gatekeeper. In my opinion, he has every right to appoint himself as a gatekeeper, being part of one of the participants that came not too long and not too far after the pioneers and of hip hop. And he's from New York, from where same place 50 Cent is from. So, so his take is this. His take is this. It's not that he don't like Eminem. It's the fact that his content, everybody need to pay attention what he's saying. And first and foremost, I agree with him. It's his content of what he's saying about Eminem's lyrical content, not his skills. Because, in my opinion, Eminem is dope. Eminem got, he could put words together. He's he's nice at that. He can rhyme good. But I personally, here's another word. The first word is content. The second word is resonate. Like, yes, he can do those things. He can put words together. The skill, I respect his skill set, right? However, his content doesn't resonate with black people. And had it really like not been for Lord Jamar, just like pointing these things out, because some things, someone to say something and it'll validate or confirm itself within your own understanding, within your own spirit of what you've been feeling like, yo, there's something going on. But I totally agree with him. I'm gonna tell you, and I disagree with and I got respect. I love 50 Cent. I love 50. 50 Cent resonates with black people. Him being from the streets, him being, being that aggressive type behavior. Now, I agree everything with his content, with the knowledge and the level and the wisdom of the understanding that I got and the game that I got now. Not in its entirety. You know what I mean? I truly believe that 50 Cent is the epitome and the best definition of a person that went from zero to nothing and being a warrior. A misguided warrior, yes. You know what I mean? But a warrior nonetheless. And what do I mean by misguided? Yeah, I disagree with 50 Cent coming at Lord Jamar. I know Eminem is the one that put you on, bro. I know Eminem is the one that put him on, but I respectfully, disagree with my brother, 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like, here is Eminem. He's a white dude, a white guy that can rap. But make no mistake about it, he's a culture vulture. Anyone that's not within our culture and is using the skill set of our culture to be able to make money off of our culture and make and accumulate, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that, but you're still a culture vulture. Just know that this house belongs to black people. That's what Lord Jamar is saying. This house belongs to us. It belongs to us. But the riches and everything and the wealth of it, like I said, there's a tornado watch here, but I'm gonna still make this video anyway. But we built the house on the street. You know what I mean? Straight from the street of the many genres of music that we built. and started and created. When you create something, that's like you have the power of a God, little g. Of course, God inspired the and gave the inspiration to create uh, rap music and hip hop music. Of course, that, but we're the people that actually did these things. Not only that, our rhythm and blues, which is R&B, rock and roll, as Chuck Berry and Little Richard and all of them, and they always have a white face to replace it. You know what I mean? And not only that, it's these corporations, record execs, and things of that nature that are reaping the benefits. They are also culture vultures, but they are um, being de facto owners of the culture hip hop. No, but they may own the record labels, they may own your distribution companies, and they may own all of these things. You know what I'm saying? But they still culture vultures, and they're still not ours. So I disagree with 50 Cent coming to the, and I understand it. That's your man. That's your boy. He put you on. You probably would have been where you been even without him. But the fact that he did put you on and did give you that light, it catapulted you and elevated you to a whole new level, to where you was like, yo. But 50. You know what I mean? Now back to Lord Jamar, what he was saying, right? He's basically saying, yo, Eminem's content is like, he says whack. And me, I'm a say it like this, man. It don't resonate. I agree with him when he says use these words like this. It doesn't resonate with black people as a collective body, and I agree with him, because a lot of the things that's in white culture that are we can't relate to it. Like Eminem may say something like for shock therapy. We not really into shock therapy, or say things for shock value. We not really into that, and especially what he's talking about. Like for instance, um, uh, disrespecting our mothers. We're not really down with that. We weren't raised like that. Because all y'all remember when we was coming up, we couldn't smart and talk back to our moms and stuff like that. But a lot of us who had white friends, and when we went over their house, we were shocked and amazed by the way they were able to talk to their moms. You know what I mean? Some of them knew their moms. I seen something like with Godfrey and Lord Jamar. And Godfrey said, and this is mad true. This is so true. Godfrey said, yo, the little white boy was cussing out his white mother, talking about, listen, you B.I.T. said you this and that. Oh, mom, F your mom, and things like that. And calling her by her name. Listen, little Melissa, and calling her Kathy or whatever his mom's name was. And Godfrey was like, yo, who is that? He's like, that's my mom. You know your mom's name? And the white one was like, you don't know your mom's name? He's like, no, my mom's name is Mommy. You know what I mean? Just imagine me saying to his father, because he grew up with his father, and he's African, but he's not but a Negro from Africa. You know what I'm saying? He said if he said this to his father, hey Godfrey, why don't you come up? His father would have looked at him and said, who do you think you're talking to? Boy, you are out of your mind. You have been and got killed. You know what I mean? And that was funny, but see, those are the things that take place within their culture that don't take place in ours. So we can't relate to it. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, and then the killing of your girlfriend and burying her, and Lord Jamar pointed this all out and saying, go to Haley, go to Dr. Dre, passing your children off to other people, and then all of this stuff about pills. Now check this out. This is the reason why I call it the E pill, right? Check this out. Lord Jamar pointed out something that was very, in my opinion, true. Because I don't remember anybody doing this before Eminem. And on that particular um, um, clip from DJ Vlad, he showed a graffiti picture of a pill of what that was on one of Eminem's CDs. In other words, he introduced the pill culture to and married it to hip hop culture when it's really not a part of our culture. When you start talking about oxycodone and oxycontin and you know what I mean, like ecstasy and all that barbiturates. I didn't even know what a freaking barbiturate was. You know what I mean? I heard the term, but we ain't never really look at it like that. Like, I stick you with barbiturates and everything. Yo, M's verses, sometime his content got a little, black fingernail polish on it. It has a little bit of, Gene Simmons, from the rock and roll band Kiss, makeup on it. You know what I'm saying? And then you talking about animals and cannibals and sacrificing horses' heads. We not into that. You know what I mean? We don't do that like that. So, it don't resonate with us. So, when he was saying we don't listen to him on the regular, and the truth is, we don't. We're not really, like, not the real, like, well, I said, yo, there's a song, one of my favorite Eminem songs that absolutely does resonate with me. It's called "Lose Yourself." Now, parts of that I could relate to. Not everything, but parts of that I could relate to. I didn't grow up in the trailer home or nothing like that, even though right now I have an RV parked outside, and I'm gonna give that lifestyle a chance. But we didn't grow up. We grew up in the hood. We grew up in the PJs, the projects. You know what I mean? Housing authority. You know what I mean? That's how most black people grew up. We grew up that we had to respect our mother and our father. And then he has a little bit of homosexual overtones and undertones to some of his lyrics and stuff like that, and the drug culture. Did we have drugs? Yeah, we had drugs like black people drugs like crack cocaine, weed, coke, um, 40s and blunts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And wolves, like I used to smoke wolves. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like even that was put among us. But before then, like in heroin and needles, I never did that. But stuff that we seen on a regular. But a lot of that stuff was put among us. You know what I mean? But anyway, from another culture. Because that, you know what I mean? Like marijuana and stuff is in 40s and stuff like that. We was really, that's all we was doing at one point, in tobacco, whatever. But anyway, like, so I'll be running off. But he has a problem with him being, with those type of topics and content. It don't resonate with black people. But when I said about losing yourself, if I'm in the gym or something like that and I could listen to a song, you know what I'm saying? I got one from Eminem. It's like lose yourself. You know, you could that could get you through something, or if you're trying to, you know what I mean? Because hip hop really started as a voice from the street, from the streets, people, from black people that was oppressed. You know what I mean? Impoverished. Now there are poor white people too, but they have their own version of poverty. They have their own version of oppression. Ours is totally different. It has some similar. They may have similarities with us, and every poor have similarities. But there's something about ours that's accelerated among, other poor people. Like they really systematically uh, maneuvered and scientifically maneuvered us and kept us into the life of not only poverty but crime. So that's what I mean. And then uh, the oppressor's face just so happens to be white collectively. You know what I mean? And then I remember when M had came out with some racist stuff or whatever. See, we don't do that. You know what I mean? We normally don't allow that. You normally get punched in your face for that. But as far as his skill set, I respect. Now let me tell you something. Why I titled this the E pill? I titled this the E pill because I believe we all swallowed it. It's the Eminem pill, the ecstasy pill. This this illusion pill. Let me tell you why. Now listen, hip hop, Lord Jamar, right? From the Brand Nubians. Then you have 50 Cent. Now 50 Cent, he's a gangster. Even being a gangster or a thug or a street dude like to that person, where that really means you just terror to your own community. Because when the Black Panthers and stuff was out there, they was trying to suppress us for even going in that direction. But they had some white people who was like, listen, you can make money selling drugs. And when you're poor and you're being scientifically maneuvered into the life of crime, you ain't got nothing to eat. You gonna harm your people to accumulate off of their desire to get high, to escape poverty by using drugs and stuff like that. And they provided us with that. Not only did they provide us with the drugs, they provided us with guns. And then to keep themselves in power, they used the art of divide and conquer. And that's that's what I feel is going on with uh, 50 Cent and Lord Jamar. While M is in the middle, sitting back, not saying nothing. He already addressed Lord Jamar. So my opinion is like, yo, Fifth, I don't think you really sat down and thought about these things before you started coming at uh, a pioneer a pioneer participant in hip hop, and a self-appointed gatekeeper. I don't think you really thought about that, brother. Like, we love you, bro. We understand. I understand he a man. He puts you on and everything, but he's your brother. Yeah, he gave you opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And anybody could be your brother that that helps you out. You know what I'm saying? It really all ain't all about the color of the skin, but nonetheless, he's saying something that's righteous, and he's also your brother. And it seemed like as if that man, first of all, that man could defend himself. Why not let him defend himself? Or as some other white dude say what he said, but he already addressed them, and he already had the nerve to say something about he'll rearrange the furniture in Lord Jamar's house, meaning he'll rearrange the furniture in the house of hip hop. That sounds like some old black cop, Gillion people. Come on, man. We can't be falling for that, bro. So 50 Cent, I love you, you know what I'm saying? But I respectfully disagree with that. I respectfully disagree because I do have respect for you, but here's the E pill portion. The E pill portion is, listen, hip hop came up where it's from the level of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? When we was coming up and we was talking about the struggle and trying to uplift and empower one another. You know what I mean? And we was coming up to strengthen each other. You know what I'm saying? And it was all about making us feel good while we in this impoverished and oppressive environment. This is crazy. So that's what it was all about. We was dancing, feeling good, and this and that. Then it got to a level of consciousness to where you could start thinking, and the battle was like, all right, let's see who the best and stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? That's hip hop. That's hip hop. Now it's being, and that's the organic form. That's the real food. You understand? Now it's like when you listen to the radio, you just be like, "Yo, man, what is this nigga talking about? Like, what is that? It's garbage. It's like I ain't even gonna lie, man. Some of these dudes, man, you done lost your mind out here. There's a lot of stuff. The elements is like, come on, man. But anyway, um, but the organic, the authenticity of hip hop is uh, rooted in realness and love and a righteous form and a good feeling, feel good, and on the warrior tough spirit, not no thug but freedom fighting type, music to where it inspires like self destruction. You had it for self destruction. You know what I mean? You had Public Enemy. You had Boogie Down Productions. You had Common. You had NWA. You know what I mean? You had these different elements. Of course, there's a lot of things that got introduced into the game, but we can relate and resonate. It resonate with us, right? Then you got the inorganic. And this is what I'm talking about. The GMO food. We're being fed a diet of junk food over the airwaves because what you digest in your soul and your mind and your brain and your system, you know what I mean, it's also a diet as well. Now 50 Cent, my little brother, because I'm older than you, but I'm a fan of yours. So you my big brother in that sense. As far as making it in hip hop and all of that, you my big brother. But you was looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, built muscles and all that. I'm quite sure you had to go on a diet, or you had to have some sort of restraint, and you couldn't eat certain food to get like that. You had to put some good food in your body. You had to train and work out to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? And you had to restrain and stay away from certain amounts of junk food. Do junk food taste good? Absolutely. But to be fed up fully on a diet of that, like, and that's just like, what Lord Jamar is saying, look, dog, your content is not good. it's good junk food. Like it's in compare me. I'm gonna compare it to GMO, genetically modified uh, food in hip hop. Genetically modified or genetically engineered or phonetically or musically engineered food where it's artificially flavored. Yeah, you could do all of that and all this stuff. You could season it up or whatever, but it don't. It's not real. We don't. It don't resonate with us. Do we like Twinkies and cookies? It seems like a lot of this music out that's out right now don't have no social commentary to it. No uh no anything that, you know what I mean. It's just don't have no good morals, no good thing where you could grasp to. Like when DMX put out, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. Man, yo, and a lot of his music even made you go like, you know what I'm saying? Or, you can really be like, yo, man, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. You know what I mean? That helped me get through the day. That type of music. And that's the type of music that I want to do and that I'm gonna be doing. You know what I mean? Or if you're going through a relationship with your girl, or you could throw on some LL, or if you see a bad chick, you throw on a roundaway girl, or you know what I mean. If you want to start thinking about, consciousness, you put on some Public Enemy, or some KRS One, or Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, even Nas, you know what I'm saying, and Mob Deep, you know what I'm saying, for that particular era to get your foot soldier on. You know what I mean? Those are type of things. But and you can get some of that, feeling with some of M songs, but the content of some of his songs is like on some old, you know, culture that don't resonate with us. You know what I mean? We ain't talking about killing our mother. We're not with that. We ain't gonna be, passing our children off to nobody. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna be, uh, getting screamed at or being to a voice to where it turns from very monotone to where it has swag and fluence to where he screaming at you like on some heavy metal tip. You know what I mean? Remember heavy metal when it came on? I used to turn from it. You know what I mean? Be like, I don't hear all that screaming and stuff like that. He kind of does that. You know what I mean? And this is just my opinion. Don't get it twisted, because some rock and roll songs and stuff like that I love. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like Pink Floyd, we don't need no, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I'm not dissing them, and I'm not dissing them. I'm just saying, uh, who don't like a midnight snack? You know what I'm saying? With a row of uh, a row of chocolate, a row of Oreo cookies and milk. You know what I'm saying? And dipping it in and eating it, knowing that. But and who don't like a big bag of Doritos and potato chips and what I mean, and candy bars like stuffed in it's and for fat people, they like in the movie Nutty Professor, he had nothing but Snickers and paydays and Three Musketeers and whatchamacallits hidden in your drawer in the desk and stuff. But he hid it. So and only not only that, it's the deceptive part of having. Anytime you see a thing on a bottle of like ketchup or a packet or your meats and stuff like that, organic. Everything should be organic. that means there's something out there that's inorganic. And that's what I'm talking about with the Eminem. He's not, yeah, he can be the Elvis Presley. He can't be the Muhammad Ali of hip hop. He's not white. He may, like, and I'm quoting Lord Jamar, he could be the Elvis Presley. And guess what? We don't mess with Elvis Presley. We mess with Muhammad Ali. So no. So here's another thing I want to point out before I wrap this up. Like Eminem, I can't remember no one that did this before him. I never can. I can't really recall anybody talking about pills before him. They used it. I don't know if this was no plot or whatever, because let's not get it twisted. Ask Professor Griff about this, how the Tavistock Institute, that book called the Tavistock Institute of Human Relations, wishes to set the trends that'll demoralize us through the forms of media and music, to bring our character and morale and the moral fiber of our people totally strictly directed to us, directed to everybody, but we are the public enemy. We are in the crosshairs. We are the prime target of that agenda that they wrote about, had a think tank about, and then implemented it. Dang, think about that. Here you is, you acting out lyrics to a song that you don't even know where it came from. It didn't come from your mind. Someone has downloaded a malicious software into your computer, which is your mind. And you think you're thinking for you. No, you got the mindset or the software or some malware or some adware. And Eminem's music, a lot of it is malicious adware, software onto a culture that he's benefiting from, but it's not his. And you can't. You come in and usurp and rearrange nothing in this house, because this is my house. This is our house, and he has every right to say that, and I agree with that. And once again, no disrespect to Eminem, no disrespect. All due respect, I respect your skill set, but I don't remember no one talking about pills before then. After that, and the purple pills, and then you seen the little clip or whatever that had Vlad, that Vlad showed of it with a pill or the graffiti of the pill on it. I don't remember no one doing that. Sticking 9-inch nails in your eyelids. We don't do that. That was fun, and it was comedic, and we like Slim Shady for his comedic. And then he was just nice with it, like how he can rhyme and battle and all that stuff. That's cool. We respect that. But you're not no king of hip hop. You're not a rap god. In order to be a rap god, you had to be the creator of rap. And black people are the creators of rap. Yeah, you might have made the most money, like y'all always do, but there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Because our people are suffering the curse for disobeying God. That's a whole nother topic, to where we will plant fruits and vineyards and stuff like that, and another people will benefit and eat them. We won't own them. So therefore, hip hop is a house built by black people, but we have some people that came in and robbed and stole the house, and now they in the house telling you we can rearrange the furniture and do whatever. No, you stole it. or you're a willing participant, and you could, yo, this our house. There's certain rooms and certain levels you can't, certain places you can't go in the house. We have all to say so. You know what I'm saying? But I don't remember none of them talking about pills and stuff like that. So it's like genetically modified food versus uh, holistic, authentic, organic, nutritious food here that's good for the body. That content that M has, it doesn't resonate with the soul of black people. But from if you start studying his lyrics and stuff like that, they come from a totally different perspective than we do. You know, like and I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of that stuff has a lot of satanic undertones and overtones and middle tones and different tones to it. We not into animal sacrifices and cannibalisms and horses heads and stuff that some of the lyrics he said in Dead Wrong with B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? We ain't into all of that. That was dope the way he put it together. So I agree with him. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying, like the Lord Jamar is trying to diss him. He he just pointed out something that needed to be heard, and that people needed to be waking up from, because I think a lot of black people swallowed the E pill. Like I heard Game and a lot of, I ain't, let me not say no people's names, but when a lot of these rappers, some of Eminem, it's like, yo, I wouldn't mess with him. I wouldn't mess with that white boy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'll go at 50 hard, but him, nah, I ain't finna battle him. What? Come on, like that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? What? So that lets you know, it's like it just reminds me of either a Willie Lynch or something mentality um, that's been put in the minds of black people when it comes to white rappers and hip hop, and particularly Eminem, because he's the dopest one out of all of them. Um, and I do like MGK too. You know what I mean? Machine Gun Kelly. I like them dudes. I don't listen to them all the time, but I like them. You know what I mean? Um, but knock it off, dog. He's not no king in somebody else's kingdom. How you gonna be the head of a household of someone else's house? He made the most money out of all the owners of the rappers of that house. That got to tell you something, bro. And 50, you made a lot of money too. You know what I'm saying? And but for you to fall into the trap of being used as divide and conquer, and against your own brother, I disagree with that, brother. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Let that man speak up for himself, man. Lord Jamar is only voicing his opinion, and I totally agree with him. Now, of course, someone's gonna him is gonna get mad and say something. You know what I mean? But let him say it. But sometimes someone can have an argument against you, and it's non-debatable. It may quiet and shut everything you have to say down to where you cannot have no response. Like Eminem did Papa Doc in 8 Mile. He told him everything about him. He said everything he was about to say within that battle. And Papa Doc couldn't say not one thing. He grabbed the mic and couldn't say nothing. Eminem had already put it out there, and I learned this from the incomparable, Gorgeous Dre, who y'all know from American Pimp, who I watch a lot, Andre Taylor. Shout outs to him, and he taught me to tell your story before your enemy does. So that's what I endeavor and always do. I put my story out there of my past or whatever, and I put the fact that, hey, yeah, I was out in the street and I used drugs in the street, smoked crack and all that, and smoked every drug that we could. And yes, I was homeless, and yes, this. You keep putting your story out there. You know what I mean, and all of that. So when somebody bring it up to you, everybody be like, "Man, we already know that. Tell us something we don't know." You know what I mean? Tell us something we don't know about them. Tell these people something they don't know about me. Now, was that clever and genius of him to do that in that movie? Absolutely. I'm feeling that. But, dog, you not the king. Listen, you not rearranging nothing in the house of hip hop. I don't care how many records you sold. Because that house belongs to someone. You are welcomed guest and willing to. You are a welcome guest within the home. Within the home, and yes, you can leave and take away all the money that you have accumulated with that with no problem. But don't, like the Bible says, do not boast against the branches, brother, because the branches burrow you up. You can't boast against the branches, man. We're not going for that. We're the root and vine and the branches. God is the God is the of course the root and the vine, and like Jesus told the disciples, I'm the vine, ye are the branches. You know what I mean? We the branches from inspired music called hip hop that was given to us by God. And a lot of these music that y'all took over, and they always got a white face for what we do. That's a whole nother subject. Like when Nicki was out, you had Iggy. You know what I'm saying? When New Edition came out, you had New Kids on the Block. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, it goes all the way back to Pat Boone and Little Richard, and they always did that. Now him just so happens to be he's an anomaly, a little different. He came up battling. It's almost like he was like cannabis, the white cannabis. You know what I'm saying? And you know the cannabis done. We ain't heard from him in a long time. But M is the king. Nah, no. And people saying that like they never heard a Rakim verse or they never heard a KRS One. One of my favorite lyrics of KRS One is like, "Who are the pimps? Who are the pimps? Wimps sitting behind a desk. You only get a glimpse of the action and reaction when you don't respond to them taxing." He was talking about pimps and hoes in the system and how we're being played. Not only how we were being played, but how all nationalities are being played. So, nah. And I know I've been running my mouth about this, but I felt like, yo, that had to be said, yo. This had to be said. You know what I mean? And I don't want to run too far off on it. This is a long dissertation of it. You know what I mean? This is kind of long. Um, and I'm starting to pay attention to the length of it because a lot of people attention. Hopefully, they can listen to the whole video. That'll be that much of quality. I may not make a lot of videos right now, and I might shorten them or whatever, but I like I'm endeavoring to put out quality, well thought out, broken down music. Material that you can like it. This has a purpose for it. I'm not just talking to be talking about the e-pill topic because we are digesting food that will enter into one of our gates, which is through the ear, to where it will influence our mind. And then once it takes effect of your mind, you begin to act out what you hear on a regular and daily basis. You'll begin to it's a form of social engineering. And it's an e-pill program. They want to use Eminem. They successfully, or it's used Eminem to introduce the pill culture. Now black people using Percocets and all of that, and Oxycontin, and wilding out off of it, popping pills. Now we're the dope head, we're the drug users like me. You know what I mean? I didn't use that particular drug, and even the drugs that we did use, like coke and cocaine and stuff like that, they had some natural based products. It was off of something that was organic and real. A lot of these white drugs and white people are using like methamphetamines and crystal meth and stuff like that, and flocka and all that stuff that they hooked on now. They had to pay. They had to get paid back for serving us crack, but all of that is chemically based. It's nothing but chemicals. So now they took in the hip hop, which they had a little, it had some raw, you got the raw whatever, but then it was mixed with the cut and the chemicals and then or just straight baking soda, or cut all the way down. But now they just filling it with nothing but chemicals. Knock it off, man. Don't nobody want to hear no garbage, man. We don't want to hear no garbage, man. So that's what I'm saying. These videos gonna be of meaning. When you gonna get some food, you gonna get some fruit. A tree is Christ said a tree is known by its fruit. So you can't be eating that type of music and not letting that music digest in you, because it'll cause you to pull out a gun and shoot your brother, or it'll cause you to overdose on a foreign drugs that you don't even take, bro. White people don't do all that, man. Barbiturates and all that. Yo, that's white people stuff, man. But it's getting there. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing our minds to shape shift into a mindset that belongs to a total nother people. It don't belong to us. We need to get back to the love, the feel good, and yeah, if we gotta duke it out or whatever, we'll duke it out in what we call battles. But then at the end of that battle, everybody will go home to live another day. Like LL and Kumo D. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like 50 Cent job. Basically 50 Cent pulled out a gun and shot Ja and killed him. Now Ja still could come back, and I'm not knocking him, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And then they actually have real beef in the street. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying. Like, we need to come back to, stuff like self-destruction. You had it for self-destruction. And fight the power and those type of topics and content and lyrics. Or like, yo, I need love. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people thought that was corny, and I did at first, but But it's the truth. I need love. You know what I'm saying? Like, and or teenage love, or hey like y'all know this is the beginning. I got guess who's back. Right. But the song is Hey Young World, the world is your, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that that uplift you. You know what I mean? And then when you want to flex and you want to get your what's the name on, you start spitting some hardcore, you know what I mean, and aggressive type. So when you gotta really take a nigga to the gym and put on the boxing gloves and settle your differences, but y'all will both wind up leaving. You know what I mean, with your life. You know what I mean. You don't have to. You put your dukes up, and you get. You settle your arguments. Sometimes you can talk it out, box it out, but you ain't gotta stab it out. You know what I mean, or pull your gun out and end someone, put someone, making an internal, make a situation over something temporary, make a eternal situation over something that's temporary and meaningless. When you could have just settled it, you know what I mean? And then after the end of that, you embrace each other, kiss and say, "Man, I love you, bro." And then that'd have been that. That's gonna be another topic I touch on. Shout out to Deontay Wilder for that win, and I respect him a lot, especially what he said after it. You know what I mean? So that's what time it is. That's what time it is. I'm exposing the E pill move. The E pill. A lot of us have been rocked to sleep by Eminem. So I'm here to take the mask off and unpull it. And this is by no means a diss toward Eminem. This is just really keeping it where in perspective, where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's really just keeping it in perspective. No disrespect to them, and telling our brothers, don't be used as divide and conquer while the white man get to sit back and watch us fight. He get to, and you speaking up, fifth, you speaking up for him. He's more than well. He's so dope. Let him speak up for himself. He's the king, right? Well, he sent you as a soldier. I know that shit, and I'm not dissing you, man. It's just that I respectfully disagree. I disagree with that move. You know what I mean? You could have just called Lord Jamar. You called him Lord Jerome, and you a funny dude. You a funny Negro. I was gonna say nigga, but I'm trying to stop saying that. But you funny, and you very entertaining, Lord Jerome. You funny, man. But come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Let's not do that, man. There's one last thing. There's another thing that I learned from a couple people, YouTubers, especially from Andre Taylor, and I heard like people like Sinful the P and whatever, and them talking about learning how to mentally respond and not emotionally react. To mentally respond and not emotionally react. That mean in a lot of tough guys or whatever, they gonna make moves on how they feel at that particular emotion and not think. And when you do that, you can put yourself in harm's way. Or you do something that's like that could be rebuked, or that condone and make you look bad, you know what I'm saying? Or come on, man. Did you really think about that before you did that attack the Lord Jamar? Because he gets excited too, you know what I'm saying? Get emotional too, but it's with passion or whatever. If I was Lord Jamar, I would reach out to 50 the real way and be like, yo, get on the phone and be like, bro, what's good, man? What you doing? Why you? What's going on? Why you defending him? You know what I'm saying? And let us get a clear understanding. What's the problem? And I would go on, and then we can go on the show and air it out in public. Me being the older one, you know, I would have to. I wouldn't be all out, because I wouldn't want no smoke with 50 and all that. Why it even got to even go that direction over some a beat? See, that's what they want. They want you to do that. They want you to get into a space with each other while they sit back and look at these niggas. I know it. Got them. They do all the fighting for me. They love me so much, hate each other so much. Look, they love me, but they hate each other. So, you know, I ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Yeah, look. It got him. I got my little pit bull right here. He diesel and everything, but he's still a nigga. Not saying him looking at him like that. I'm just saying, like they there's white people have done it. Look at him, like these black cops and stuff. Look at them. Look at them. They such animals. They'll betray their own people. As soon as we done using them, we gonna get rid of them too. We ain't gonna tell them that. But go ahead and let them do it though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And that's why my videos is gonna be like this. You know what I mean? My video, this is my own swag, my own voice, and I do music, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm endeavoring to and put out some merch or whatever. But just in the beginning stages. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my material gonna be like this. This is the type of content you gonna get from me. So you like what you heard, you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button, you start telling people about guess who. I go by G West, right? G West, also known as G West who. You know what I mean? Because I want people to be like, yo, who's G West? G West who? You know what I'm saying? And I go by guess, you know, because you would never guess that a person like a late bloomer, you know what I'm saying? A person that was on drugs, that was homeless, and that came from the streets and that all of that. You would never guess who was able to go from 0 to 60, or 0 to 100, and become something, and become somebody right before your eyes. So that's why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Guess who? And I'm a watchman, so I say guess who the watchman, because I have like this kind of content I have is to warn people, alert people, make people aware of certain things, especially like, you know, like with government and these things that they got planned for us. And I have to warn y'all to get y'all blood off my hand, was I ain't gonna be reporting to the Father talking about, whoo, I didn't blow the trumpet. No point intended. I have to blow the trumpet and warn my people of danger. And one of the dangers and stuff is like in this particular video is divide and conquer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, or anything else. So I'm also G West the Watchman. Then, you know, I'm G West the Rapper. You know what I'm saying? Y'all haven't seen him yet. That's why I can have these opinions about what's going on. A man of the hip hop world should be informed of hip hop and have opinions on hip hop affairs. So I'm going to be giving you my opinion. You know what I mean? On certain hip hop affairs as I'm inspired. So when you listen to Guess Who, you know what I'm saying? G West Who, Guess Who the Rapper, or G West Who, Guess Who the Watchman, you going to know that it's going to be something that you can eat. You're going to be able to feed off of it and feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. And also, um, I'm also endeavoring to put, like I said at the beginning, to put movements out there, to where we can start getting some of our loved ones home that's been locked down for years. And a lot of them have cases that just because they didn't have enough money, they're just sitting in prisons. You know what I mean? And the only thing that's keeping them alive is because, especially in particular in my brother Sean Darrington's case, it keeps him alive because he's not at total fault for doing what he did. Um, uh, for doing what he did, he's not at total fault. He was a victim of not having enough money to defend himself, to where they can, and they're not getting the true. They're spinning their own narrative on, and by attacking the poor because you don't have enough money for your defense, and to where everybody, you know, they could just get over on you. So no, so we're gonna start addressing certain things, when putting together little things where people can support and have the court of public opinion. And I'm gonna keep putting out there on as many videos as I can to shout out this movement and get it started. You know what I mean? And where they can support, donate, and all of that. And if, as we be successful with one, we can start being successful for the rest. You understand what I mean? So I'm about to wrap this up, but this is kind of a movement too. The E pill, wake up, start swallowing the E pill, man. That M&M pill is an E pill, an ecstasy pill, something used to rock you to sleep. Shout out to Eminem at the same time. You done good. But just know, you are a guest in the house of hip hop. There's no disrespect in that. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's just how I'm gonna say it. I don't disrespect you or dislike you. I like some of your music. I'm just letting you know and letting the people know that you can't be a king in someone else's house. He shouldn't even want to be. But if you get arrogant and start boasting against the people who started it, then you got to be addressed. You letting them numbers go, that number, your record sales, and the fact that you were able to benefit more than the people that is not benefiting because the people the same color as you own the record labels. And you in this country, you have white privilege, and there's white supremacy that rules here. So that's what pushes you over. It's like you cheat. It's cheating, not you particularly. It's like what it ain't his fault, but Vanilla Ice pointed that out years ago. But make no mistake about it. You know what I'm saying? You get hung over that. You know, the fact that you making that money or that. Nah. No, you're not the rap god. You're not no king in this. You are a very welcome guest as long as you act accordingly. Not saying it, but that comeback that you said to Lord Jamar, you basically boasted against the branches of the creators of this genre of music called hip hop and rap music. And I'm here to tell you, nah, we're not going for that. We love you. We love what you do. And we respect your skill set. But knock it off. You can't do that, man. And that's all Lord Jamar is saying. And peace to my brother, Lord Jamar. I just think he could say it. I agree with what he's saying and everything. I'm just saying it this way. He could say however he want. And 50, yeah, we love you too, but I just respectfully disagree to where they now allowing you to be used as a pit bull on the chain or an attack dog, for the system. Nah. I just hope you think about that, brother. So this is Guess Who, the Watchman, Guess Who, the Rapper, and I'm gonna sign off. Peace and love, everybody. Be everything you want, and everything you want will be. And all this I say because greater is He that's in you than he that's in the world. Peace and love. I love y'all, family. Y'all have a good one.